David, I'm so happy you found love that's true. Take care of Asha and live beautifully. But I can't live with this pain. I loved Marco with all my heart, but I wasn't enough. Maybe my broken body wasn't made for love after all. Please don't cry for me. I'll always be watching you, walking free in a place where hearts don't break. First, like, subscribe, click the bell icon, stay connected. Let's begin. In a small town filled with laughter and secrets, David and Mave were the kind of siblings who shared everything: dreams, jokes, and even friends. David was caring and responsible, while Mave, though born with a disability that kept her from walking without support, was full of warmth and life. David's best friend, Marco, was always around, helping Mave with her wheelchair or cheering her up on bad days. Slowly, Mave and Marco fell in love, a gentle, beautiful love that gave Mave strength and purpose. They were together for 5 years, and everyone believed they'd last forever. On the other side, Mave's best friend Asha had fallen for David. Unlike most love stories, theirs wasn't complicated. It was pure and mutual. After years of knowing each other, David and Asha were ready to marry. Both families were overjoyed, but fate has a cruel way of testing hearts. One evening, Mave decided to surprise Marco at his college campus. She rolled her wheelchair down the quiet pathway, carrying a small gift in her lap, a bracelet engraved with his name. When she turned the corner near the canteen, her world shattered. Marco was there, kissing another girl. The bracelet slipped from her trembling hands. For a few seconds, she couldn't breathe. All the love, all the memories of the past 5 years gone in an instant. She didn't confront him. She just left silently, tears streaming down her face. For days, Mave locked herself in her room. David noticed her silence, but thought it was just stress from wedding preparations. Marco tried calling, messaging, even visiting, but Mave never replied. Then came the night before David and Asha's wedding. The house was glowing with joy, music, and laughter, except for Mave's room, where the light never turned on. When David knocked, there was no answer. He opened the door to find a letter on her bed and a small bottle on the floor. The letter read, "David, I'm so happy you found love that's true. Take care of Asha and live beautifully. But I can't live with this pain. I loved Marco with all my heart, but I wasn't enough. Maybe my broken body wasn't made for love after all. Please don't cry for me. I'll always be watching you, walking free in a place where hearts don't break." David screamed her name, trying to wake her, but it was too late. At her funeral, Marco broke down completely. He confessed that the kiss meant nothing, a mistake in a moment of weakness. But that truth no longer mattered. Asha held David as he wept beside his sister's grave, whispering, "She's free now, and she loved you till her last breath." David looked up at the sky and said softly, "I'll live for her always." It had been 6 months since Mave's death. Yet her absence still echoed in every corner of David's home. Her wheelchair sat untouched in the hallway, her laughter now just a ghost in David's memory. David had married Asha, but even their wedding day was dimmed by grief. Asha tried to keep the house warm and filled with hope, but she could see David's eyes, empty, lost. Every night, he'd light a candle near Maeve's photo and whisper, "I miss you, Mave. You should have stayed. You had me." Asha would watch from the door, holding her tears in silence. Meanwhile, Marco had changed completely. Once confident and bright, he now wandered through days in regret. He left college, stopped meeting friends, and spent his nights writing letters to Mave, letters he could never send. One evening, Marco showed up at David's house, holding a small box. David opened the door, his face hard and cold. "David, you shouldn't be here." "Marco, I know, but I can't live with this guilt. I didn't love that girl, David. It was one mistake. Mave was everything to me." David angrily, "A mistake killed my sister, Marco. She trusted you more than her own legs, and you broke her heart." Marco tearfully, "I see her everywhere. I hear her laugh. I'd give anything to take it back." He opened the box. Inside was the same bracelet Mave had made for him, now rusted and stained with her tears. "Marco, I found this near the college gate, the day she saw me." David softly. She dropped it when her world ended. Silence filled the air. Asha stepped forward. "Asha, Marco, she wouldn't want you both to live like this. She loved you both too much for hate." David looked at Asha. Her kindness reminded him of Maeve's smile. Slowly, he nodded. "David, if you really want to make peace, then live like she would have wanted. Help others. Do something good in her name." Marco fell to his knees, whispering, "I will, I promise, David. I'll make her proud." 1 year later, Marco started a small charity, Mave Steps, to help disabled girls get access to education and mobility equipment. Every project carried Maeve's name. Every success, a silent apology to the girl he lost. David and Asha often visited, bringing flowers to Maeve's memorial wall. One day, Asha handed David a letter she found in Maeve's old diary. It was dated a week before her death. "Dear Asha, if anything ever happens to me, promise me you'll take care of David. You're the only one I trust to keep him smiling. He's strong, but his heart is soft. He needs someone who believes in him. And Marco, if he ever realizes what he lost, forgive him for me. I want him to live, not suffer." David's eyes filled with tears. David, even in pain, she thought of everyone else. Asha placed her head on his shoulder. Asha, that's who she was, love itself. At sunset, David, Asha, and Marco visited Maeve's grave together. A single butterfly landed on her tombstone, delicate, free. David, maybe that's her, finally free. Marco smiling sadly. She's walking now, somewhere beautiful. Asha, and still watching us like she promised. The three stood in silence as the sun dipped below the horizon, its light wrapping them in gold. A silent reminder that even broken hearts can still love, still heal, and still remember.